I'm Clement Mock.
And I'm Will Thornton.
And we are Year 10 students from LRGS.
And today we've been out to interview Brian and Gloria Dunstan, who were both around to see the pop bands in the 1960s.
Yeah, Brian and Gloria's account was very, very vivid in a way that not only it has informed us of how music was like back then in the days, it just also gave us a really, clear idea of how society and the atmosphere is, and that's really informative and amazing.
And particularly Morecambe, back in its sort of heyday in the 50s and 60s, when it was a major tourist spot and had a 100-metre swimming pool and was a place where many people went at the weekend, particularly in the summer.
My name's Brian Dunstan. I was originally born in Exeter, and my dad met his second wife, and she was from Morecambe, so consequently I was living in Morecambe. Well, no, originally, I went to barroom school.
Right.
And I wasn't very good. I got in a lot of trouble.
I'm Gloria Dunstan. I live on the marsh at Lancaster. Born at Morecambe and brought up at Morecambe.
So Brian, what's your earliest memory of going to these concerts and so on?
The early 60s, when virtually, I think, music changed from rock and roll and teddy boys more to groups, good groups, which obviously were the Beatles, Rolling Stones, the Hollies, the Kinks, which all were on at either the floor or Central Pier. So you used to have to say, well, what can I afford to go to, one or the other, because you couldn't afford both. And everybody used to just stand around and watch the groups, I wouldn't say there was much dancing went on till later at night, I remember with the Kinks, they were very, very good, very professional, and they involved the audience,
right.
Wanted everybody to join in, And then there was another one that used to come called Screaming Lord Such.
Oh.
And you weren't sure whether he was going to come on with a toilet seat around his head or out of a coffin, And some of the girls, which was the effect he obviously wanted, I don't know if you remember a group called Spencer Davis. They were very, very good.
Yeah.
I would say at that time they were one of their better groups.
Okay.
What I liked about that time, it might sound silly, but you could sing the words to the song and you remembered them. These days I don't like this music of today.
Right.
I'm showing the age. I do not like it.
Okay. Did you see the Beatles? Because they played a couple of times.
Yes,
okay.
I saw them at the Floor Hall.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories of that gig?
Yeah, they were goodish.
Yeah.
Not. You
Really?
could tell they were, they needed polishing up a bit and
Were they in suits by then, or were they still in leathers?
selling leathers. Yeah, and I got the impression, and I think Lennon always seemed to be arrogant. You know why Lennon used to look like this? Because he was short-sighted.
Oh,
And he couldn't see people.
so you used to looked out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
Interesting.
something
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
the nose.
You remember any of the songs they played, or?
Yeah, Love Me Do.
Right.
Twist and Shout.
Right.
So, Brian, how would you compare the experience of going to see a band live then in the 60s to how people see music now?
Yeah, I said early days, like when you saw the Beatles and the Stones, they had the shock factor, I think, was Rolling Stones, because they didn't care, really, and people just stood and watched them, and when they finished, they applauded. But I've noticed today, there's more audience participation, if you will, and the atmosphere seems so much better. If they didn't go down well, the music was off key or they were off key, and they just turned round, all stood with their back to them, you know, and ignored them. But the kids used to carry on and some used to walk off, you know, a few choice words, you know. The radio had a big influence, you know.
Top 20 on Luxembourg, Radio
Yeah.
Luxembourg.
The top 20.
Yeah.
Alan, and another one with Alan Freeman. That had a big influence on people, you know. Might not have gone to see them, but that's the first time they heard them, was on the radio, you know. Plus I used to buy all the music magazines to read about the groups, where they were from and all that, called Musical Express.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you buying that rubbish for?
Now, you sit down and watch, don't you? If you go to a concert.
A concert, yeah.
But, like when it was Floral Hall and Pier and that, they'd be dancing and nearly everybody would have a cigarette in their hand, so you might get burns on your skirt or anything, you know, because they would dance with cigarettes in their hands all the time, or a pint. We might get a pint over you while you're dancing. It didn't make any difference. They didn't bother about things like that, did they?
No.
And that could have caused a fight.
Usually do.
Nick your handbag if you haven't got it in sight.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was. I didn't used to like dancing anywhere like that because, like I say, everybody had a cigarette in their hand.
Yeah. So Brian, I believe that there's some sort of regular trouble or sometimes some sort of that. So what do you think of that, or can you describe your experience with that?
The lads that I would with usually sat upstairs on the balcony, you know, and all of a sudden the doors had burst open and a mob would run in up the stairs to where all the Lancaster and Morecambe lads, and there would be Barrow or Kendall, and a big fight would start, and all you could see from that end was truncheons going like that, and people falling over and get thrown. Surprisingly, nobody got thrown over at balcony, because I always expected that, but you know, it was funny. They just burst through and run up, and, you know, yeah. Kendall and Barrow lads weren't liked for some reason, but that's what they used to come for, come and have a fight and get thrown out. And in charge of the local police then was Chief Inspector Tuck, and he had a cane up to his arm like that, you know. And he used to have a go as well with.
It weren't Punch and Judy. It was proper fighting.
Yeah. And dogs, the dogs come in as well.
Wow.
Oh yeah. It was good. It was fun. The fights used to start so easy as well.
Yeah. Can you remember Glasgow Week?
Yeah, they used to come, and they were all right until they'd had a few pints down them, and then they would start, and then and like I say, we always knew Glasgow Kiss as a smacking mouth from Ed. Yeah, they used to get hold of you like that, and boom, that was a Glasgow Kiss. That was. It used to be weeks or weekends. There was Glasgow, Edinburgh, Bradford, Shipley, all had their own weekends for coming.
Yeah.
You know, and if they were all just them, it weren't so bad. But when others came and got involved, that's when
mixed,
the problems started.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to stick up for yourself, because if you didn't stick up for yourself, you got battered. So it was easier to fight back. Yeah.
Brian, I believe you saw the Stones. I mean, what was that like? Being a Stones fan, what was it like to see them perform?
Yeah. Something I never thought I would actually see. You know, you saw them on the TV. To actually go and see them live was brilliant. You know, but I liked them because they were rough and ready. You know, that's what I liked about them. You know,
Like that.
you're not fade away. I want to be your man. Yeah. And you up there, you lot, shut the Jagger.
Yeah.
Didn't give a damn, you know. Choice words. Yeah.
So Brian, what is the initial appeal for you, you know, to get into music, and is it the same for your fellow concert goers and your friends as well?
It's just got that. It was something you did most weekends, you know. You'd worked all week and you look forward to going to see whoever was on. And I said then, you could understand the music, better, remember the words. And the atmosphere was absolutely brilliant, and you never ever forget it, never forget it. You could stand and watch them and your hairs, the back of your head would stick up, you'd tingle.